Stop Narcissists. Join the movement. We're going to talk about how to do just that in this video. Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa. I'm a trauma expert and top doctor. And in this video and on this channel, I help you identify the hidden narcissists in your life so that you can turn that trauma into gold and become stronger and more powerful than ever before. Today I'm talking about something even bigger, something that goes beyond you, something that goes beyond me. I'm talking about stopping the spread of narcissism throughout our community, throughout the world. Why? Because I've been you. I have survived a lifetime of narcissistic relationships. How do I know you survived? Because you're here with me right now. And at some point, I realized that it's not about surviving. It's not about just getting through. It's about turning it into something more, about thriving, about becoming better than I was before because of this experience. That's what it means to me to become anti-fragile. And because of my history and because of my experience, I understand the pain. I feel the pain that others are feeling. I see you. I hear you. I don't want anyone else in the world to experience this. Not your friends, not your sister, not your daughter, not your grandchild. No one should have to endure what we've gone through. So I'm making a commitment right now to create a movement to stop the spread of narcissism. And I ask you to join me. Here's how I intend to do it. First, through education. Knowledge is power. People who are not aware of narcissist behaviors, how they think, how they behave, how they present themselves to the world are not going to be able to recognize it. And whether you are a target or a potential target, or whether you're someone who's being recruited to be a flying monkey, knowledge stops the narcissist in their tracks. It stops their tactics and their tricks from working. Now, whether that's through reading books or watching videos like those in this series, there are a lot of ways to educate. Knowledge is power. The second way is through observing and naming the behaviors. I can tell you for me, this one has been huge. It stops them in their tracks. If I can say, that's projection and that no longer works on me, I automatically know that what they're saying is not mine. It's not something for me to take on, to own as if it's my problem to solve. And if I see people in the community doing it to others, if I see it in politics, or if I see it in the news media, or if I see it in an extended family dinner or other things, I don't necessarily need to name it out loud, but to name these behaviors: projection, deflection, blame, a lack of self-responsibility, a lack of self-reflectiveness, things that narcissists do. It takes away their power. The tactics and tricks stop working. They're smart people. When things stop working, then they may have a chance to change. And this is not going to happen in my lifetime, in your lifetime. We're not talking about changing an individual. I'm talking about changing the world so that our children, our grandchildren don't have to grow up worrying about being targets of narcissists, that they don't have to grow up with a narcissist parent who has traumatized them and role modeled dysfunctional behavior that makes them more likely to become narcissists themselves. Observing and naming the behaviors, I believe, is key to stopping the spread. And the third, and probably the most important of all, is a true connection to the truth of who we are. It's in that connection to the truth of who we are that we become anti-fragile, that we are no longer reliant on what the outside or external world thinks or says about us. We know who we are. Not only can I observe and name their behavior, but I can know that it is not true of me, and it becomes irrelevant. At that time, we can rise above. I invite you to join me in this movement. If you are committed to stopping the spread of narcissism, not only in your own life, but in the world for generations to come, type yes in the comments. Type hell yes in the comments. This gives our experience purpose and meaning. We can do so much more with it than just survive. Share your wisdom, share your story in a support group, in one of my workshops. Share these videos or your favorite book on narcissism with those you love, with those who maybe have not experienced it themselves, but as a way of understanding what it is you went through, as a way of understanding that death by 1,000 cuts. Share your wisdom and the knowledge. Gain more knowledge for yourself so that you have more to share. Together, we can stop narcissism. I'm Dr. Melissa, and I will see you in the next video.